Hey, y'all, we're going to get started in about 15 minutes. You've got 5 minutes to find your seats. Hey, y'all, I'm an addict named Heather. Let's start this celebration with a moment of silence followed by the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Just for the day. All right, thank you all for coming out here today to celebrate and honor Holly. We're all here for an amazing woman. And there was one thing she taught me every time I would call her in a panic or when I was nervous, which was to take 3 big breaths before moving on to whatever the hell it was I was going to do. And since this is a big day with probably some emotion, some sadness, and some happiness, I thought that'd be a good way to start this day. So she would do the out, in, out, but not that fast. So let's do it. A big in, a big out, big in, and a big out. Big in, that last big out. All right. So again, we are here to honor Holly today and to thank you, Chuck, for inviting us into your life and keeping us in your life through all of this. As we all know, Holly passed away clean with 34 years. And every face in this room, every face in this room was part of that and touched by her. So we want to celebrate that today. We have a bunch of people that are going to come up here and share. We also, we know that there are folks that we did not ask to share. We do want to give other people an opportunity to take a moment or two. So, a moment or two is the reality here. So we're not keeping everybody for a 4-hour meeting, okay? If you would like to say something about Holly, there's a sign-up sheet back there on the foosball table. I think that's what that thing's called. So if you would like to, please go sign up here in the next 15, 20 minutes, just so we have an idea of how many folks want to talk. So we're just going to dive into this. Our first up is Holly's son, Michael B. Dub. Where are you hiding?
How long do I have? An hour? 5 minutes. One TED Talk. So I know that this is supposed to be a celebration, but for me, I don't know that I'm at a place where I can celebrate yet. And so I'm sure someone's going to come in after me with really funny jokes that's going to help you guys out. But it's amazing how much I've judged myself as I grieve. I remember when I saw everybody putting up Facebook posts and all that kind of stuff, I felt like I should be doing that too, and I didn't. I'm not ready to put my relationship with Holly on display. I don't know why. I want to celebrate, but I can't, or I choose not to. I don't know which. And I thought about coming in here and that being a big downer for y'all, so I wrote a bunch of jokes. I'm kidding. That's literally the only joke I have. So I'm just going to read what I read the last time I was in this situation, because it's probably the most important thing I've ever written, and I don't see the reason to change it. I will say that I've learned a lot since I wrote and read this, and I do, this is a really embarrassing thing to admit, but when Mitzi told me that she would spend time with Mama in the mornings, I remember thinking, like, why aren't I doing that? Well, like, why am I not doing that? And so I started to. And Chuck gave me this really big picture of her that I refuse to bring, because I literally have a conversation with this board every morning. And There's one thing that I tell Holly almost every morning that is more consistent than the rest, and that is, I can't believe you're gone. And I'm not trying to communicate how sad I am that she's gone. I'm saying I literally can't believe it. It still isn't real for me. So I love you guys. Thank you for coming out and celebrating. Hopefully someone's going to have something a little bit more uplifting to say after I'm done. But I'm just going to read what I wrote the first time. A question, a story, and a lesson. The question, how do you measure a life? Is it in the number of years she lived carrying a message that will be carried forever? Is it in the number of months she spent loving the people around her so fiercely that she changed their definition of unconditional love forever? Is it in the number of days she literally stopped everything to be of service to a newcomer, and the days they spend in service to something that will help anyone with an addiction get clean forever? Is it in the number of hours she spent in the early mornings in a loving silence with her higher power that will watch over her forever? Is it in the number of minutes that she always seemed to savor, taking her time to appreciate the moment, seeing what the rest of us were sure to miss forever? Or is it in the number of seconds? For every second that she is not on this earth, I will feel an ache in my heart that seems like it will last forever. How do you measure a life? Maybe it's in forever. The story. I'm going to tell the story of how I became Holly's son. In 2009, I had incredible insecurity in my relationship with her. I was scared that she never loved me the way that I loved her, that she was just having pity for a young recovering addict that had lost his way. And one night, I finally shared this insecurity, and she shared that she had the same about me. And she was scared that I was just some young recovering addict who had lost his way, and that I would change and I would be gone. And that's when she shared with me that her greatest regret in life was not having a child. And that many years ago, she'd had that chance, but in active addiction chose an abortion instead. And it turned out the year she had the abortion was the year that I had been born. And that's when I knew that she wasn't like a mom to me, that's when I knew that she was my mom. And we made a pact that night using a phrase against her that she had used countless times before on me and a lot of people here. And I said, Mama, if you ever say I'm like your son again, I will fucking cut you. I will fucking cut you. Only a couple of addicts can use the phrase, I will fucking cut you, to communicate the depth of their love for each other. And I never knew what unconditional love was until I became Holly Pates' son. And this would not be complete if I didn't share with you the very last lesson Holly taught me, what it means when we say just for today. I used to tell people, yeah, God gave me my mama late in my life, but she is so much younger than my birth mother. At least I'll have her for longer. My birth mother is alive in 77, and my true mama is buried at the age of 62. And I have so many regrets, none more than this one lesson. I simply underestimated how precious every moment was. And I always took for granted that I would have another one. First, it would be when she or I have less work. Then it would be when the pandemic's over. Then one night in December after the diagnosis, with me lying in her hospital bed, lost in my head thinking, we'll get her home and at least there will be more of these. Then me getting lost in my business, my family, my own insecurity, my place in her life, my own discomfort with the process, my own denial, and not even physically being there the second time she was in the hospital. Instead, I talked to her on the phone for an hour and a half, not sure how lucid she was, the whole time thinking, once she gets home and once she gets through these treatments, instead of savoring the conversation as if it was the last, because it was. Then coming over to her house 6 days later, and she was a shadow of the person that she used to be, barely there, and all I was thinking about was what I had lost. what I had missed between a Monday and a Sunday. And at one moment, Chuck pointed to me and asked, "Who is that?" And she said without hesitation, "That's my baby." But I was too busy thinking about what I'd lost to appreciate it. "That's my baby," her last words to me. But when I walked out that night, all I could think about was what I had already lost. And I came back 48 hours later, and the mama as I knew her wasn't there. And then on Friday, she was gone. Every step of the way when I could have said goodbye, when she had the ability to hear me and respond, I had taken for granted what I would have in the future and resented what I didn't have from the past. And this is how I truly learned what it means when we say just for today. So, how do you measure a life? I guess I was wrong. It's not about the significance in years, it's not in months or even days. I've been clean 18 years, and I always use just for today to help a newcomer not worry about a life's worth of recovery. And now I know just for today can save me from missing the life I once worried about. In Holly's last lesson, she answered the question. Mama showed me that two things can be true at the same time. How do you measure a life? It is and forever, and just for today. Love you guys.
Thank you, Michael. That was about 7 minutes, so you did well. Thank you. Next up, first of all, one of the amazing things about Holly, and Michael mentioned it, was the time she would take for a newcomer. She had, what, 30, almost 30 years clean, if not right at 30 years clean, when she took this newcomer under her wing, and I am forever grateful for that. And the other thing that Holly did was she needed a sponsor, and finding her predecessors was a little tough. And she reached out and grabbed Kate W. as her sponsor, somebody with less clean time, but somebody wise in their recovery and wise in their years. Kate, would you come share?
I had a, first of all, I don't think anyone's ever used the word wise, so keep your expectations very low. So, I had a similar thought of, I said what I wanted to say about Holly at the funeral. You know, I said everything. I walked that morning and meditated, and I laid it out at the, like I said it all from my heart at the funeral. What else could I say? And I had that same experience. And then I was thinking, I was reflecting, and I was like, I actually have a different relationship today with the things that she taught me than I did then, because I'm in a different place and I need different things. And so I'm remembering different things that she brought to my life, different conversations that we had. And I've been struggling lately with like not feeling great about my place in the world and not knowing what it is, and not like, am I doing enough? Am I good enough? Am I too much? Am I, all of this stuff. And the lesson that the Holly lesson for me in this, the thing that I wish I could call her so much and talk to her about this stuff for is because she was fucking fabulous and she didn't apologize for it. She lived exactly the way she wanted, and she didn't really care how you felt about that. She lived her life. She lived big. She took trips. She bought things she wanted. She worked as much as she wanted. She ate what she wanted or didn't eat what she, you know what I mean? She just did whatever the fuck she wanted. And there are a lot of people who live like that in the world, and they're not very nice. And so I'm like, so what is it? How was Holly able to do that and be so wonderful? And it's because she was responsible. She was a responsible person. She kept her side of the street clean. She lived however she wanted to live, but if how she wanted to live was hurting you, she promptly made it amends. She like one of our biggest conversations is I was always like, you don't have to jump straight to what's my part. Like you can feel your feelings and then jump to what's my part. But she was like, no, what's my part? I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna do the right, And because she kept her hula hoop clean, and that kept her free to live so big and unapologetically, and to be who she was in her own skin. And that's what I want in my life right now. And so it's been really beautiful to like reflect on that and be like, I just want to be more like Holly today. And I don't know. I also wanted to say that that moment that Brody Waite talked about, that's my baby. I wanted to mention that up here because that moment keeps sticking in my mind. I was there sitting on the sofa next to them. And I don't know that you'll ever realize the look on her face when she said that. She didn't just say the words, that's my baby. She lit up. She smiled. She said, that's my baby. And you need to know that. And she loved all of her babies. She had 3. She really had 4. And she loved y'all all so deeply. And I don't know. I don't have anything eloquent. I don't have anything eloquent to say this time, except that I want to love as freely as Holly did. And I want to live as freely as Holly did. And I know that the way to do that is by living lightly in the world, keeping my side of the street clean, staying in my hula hoop, and not, oh, I know what I wanted to share. This story, this is the perfect example. Last Labor Day, my husband and I just finished renovating our house, and we had to go buy new furniture we had a back porch and upstairs and everything. And we went and we bought a bunch of furniture that I think is nice. Holly probably would not have thought it was that nice furniture. It's nice to me. And I called her and I was like, I just feel like there are people struggling and I'm out here buying furniture and I just feel terrible about this. I feel guilty that I'm doing this frivolous thing. And she was like, why? She was like, no, why? She said, you deserve that. You deserve to have beautiful things. You deserve to have a wonderful home that you're happy in. Because she believed everybody deserved to live the life that you deserve to live a life just as free as hers, you know? And I miss her. Anyway, I have all kinds of thoughts pop in my head, and then the voice in the back is like, that's not appropriate. That's not appropriate. So I'm trying to filter as we go. But I think that's all I have. I just wanted to celebrate how yeah, that's it. That's all I have. Thanks for letting me share.
Thank you, Kate. You mentioned buying furniture. I'll just admit this. I've been buying furniture without Ollie. Damn it, we were going to buy that furniture together. Sorry. Next up, super creative soul, creative heart. That God, Holly loved her dearly. And where are you, Mitzi? Sorry about that. I'm just going to cut to this one real quick. Mitzi is going to get up and play, but she has a special band name that she wanted me to share, which is Mitzi is the favorite. So please welcome Mitzi is the favorite to the stage.
You want me on this microphone? Mitzi, I'm an addict. I was doing so good. I shouldn't have stayed and listened to the talk, to the speakers. And then I'm so dysfunctional. I was thinking maybe I could get somebody to scare me and I'll disassociate when I'm up there and it'll be better. I won't cry. Like, that's dysfunctional. So, this is going to be a. Can you want me to read that? Can you see that? Hi, family. Hi. Whew. So, I've been stressing about this, and I don't know why. You got me? I think I'm in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Yeah. So I've been stressing about this, and songwriter. There's a lot of people. I was trying to think of. There's hundreds of songs that I've written, and I kept trying to think of the perfect ones. And then all the stress left me when I decided to just do the songs that had to do with Holly. Like as a songwriter, I wanted to do what I thought were like my best songs, but thinking about honoring her, and there's so many that like came from her, and so these songs were either written for Holly, or they were written after a conversation with Holly, or one of them there's just a really terrible funny story that has to do with Holly. Can I get a little bit of this in my monitor, this monitor? Thank you. So the first one I wrote 13 years ago, and I hadn't written songs by myself very much at that point. I always had a co-writer, and I was walking around Melinda's house. We were getting ready for the there she is. We were getting ready for the Super Bowl or something, and I kept getting these words, and they just kept coming. They kept coming, and so finally I hollered at God. I go, "Fine, I'll write them down." And because I couldn't do anything else, I wrote them down, and I then I sat down and I just one time through I sang it. And so I told Holly, I said, I don't think I wrote this song. I think this is from God, because he wouldn't leave me alone until I wrote the words down. So if you don't like it, you can talk to God about it, because he wrote it. But when I sent it to Mama, she said that she had just been praying and asking God if he's proud of her, and if she was doing what she needed to do with her life. So that's that. Has anyone told you they were lucky to know you? Has anyone shown you that you're loved today? Has anyone touched you, told you how much you make their world a brighter place? 'Cause I'm here to say you're beautiful the way you are. And I've never seen such a big, big love from a little broken heart. So here's something to make you feel alright when you feel everything's all wrong. This is Holly's song. This is your song. tell the truth, that makes me proud. 'Cause when I look at you, well, I see a woman who ain't afraid of a little cloud. And I'm here to say you're beautiful the way you are. And I've never seen such a big, big love from a little broken heart. So here's something to make you feel alright when you feel everything's all wrong. This is Holly's song. You can sing along. Da 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 da. La 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 Thank you. You get all that pretty stuff on my vocal? Is that just what's happening up here? Okay. Can you add the sparkle dust? So this song, I was 34 years old when I did my first fourth step, and Mama kept wondering why I wasn't mad, like we were talking about. Why I wasn't mad at my mom or my parents. She was letting me know that it was okay to be mad. I was super out of touch with that feeling. I kept going, you know, everybody's on their journey and they did the best they can and saying things like that. And when I said, and besides, it made me tough. Like, I'm strong. Where's John at? See, I'm strong. That's why I tightened this thing and you couldn't get it. I said it made me strong. And she said, little girls don't need to be tough. They need to be safe. So that's this one. A little blonde-haired girl with tan chubby cheeks, wearing mismatched socks, always had dirt on her knees. Well, she'd bring you smiles and she'd take your tears, but no one asked her if she was all right for 34 years. She never learned to say that she was afraid. Well, I'm not here to judge, and I'm not here to blame, but little girls don't need to be tough, they need to be safe. Just learn to take a punch, she could take a joke, she could take a drink and take you home. Learn how to smile and how to pretend, yeah, alone in a crowd, but I blend right in. I never learned to say that I'm not okay. not here to judge, and I'm not here to blame, but little girls don't need to be tough, they need to be safe. So let her cry, let her heal, let her scream, let her feel. Let her cry, let her heal, let her scream, let her feel. Well, I'm not here to judge, and I'm not here to blame. But I didn't need to feel every goddamn drop of rain. That didn't make me strong, it made me shaken. Little girls don't need to be tough, they need to be safe. Yeah. Little girls don't need to be tough, they need to be safe. This is hard. So, celebration. Oh, Mama. Mama was a Jesus lady. She loved Jesus. And I had Jesus on my fourth step. I was super mad at him. So we were going over that. And it was a really fun conundrum because I was super mad at Jesus, but also letting her know that he was fake and I didn't believe in him. And she was like so calm and so non-judgy and sweet. And she was like, honey, have you ever been super pissed off at the Easter Bunny? And I was like, no. She's like, what about Santa? I'm like, no. And she was like, well, I think that means that you do believe in Jesus and you're just mad at him. And so that's a resentment. We're going to talk about that. And I was like, oh. She knew how to talk to me. That was in a really metaphysical part of my life, and she was really great at meeting me where I was. And she also knew that when I was little, going through like trauma and things like that, I had found this statue of Jesus. It was like a Catholic statue, and so for what nobody taught me about Jesus or anything, I just had carried this like a doll. I carried him with me, and I would bring him in the room with me when I was going to sleep. And when I saw in movies when people would pray, they'd close their eyes real tight. So I thought I had to do that. I'd close them like as tight as I could, and then tell them I got to take a break because my eyes are hurting. I need you to hold on, and I'd like open my eyes, and like that's what I thought. I had to pray like that. So she was helpful, and she knew that that part was important. It was important that I reconciled that, whether I wanted whatever the religion was going to be. She wasn't pushing it on me, but she knew that like that was important. And so she was very metaphysical and into energies and things like that. And she was like, well, she just helped me with if I wanted to incorporate the two, that Jesus was definitely like a master manifester, and that maybe he did all the things that he did was because he believed in himself. He believed he could. And so this is, I believe in Jesus. I hope he believes in me. Yeah, I really thought that I couldn't believe in Jesus anymore because if I did, the one that I had been taught about, I was definitely going straight to hell. So I've Been on both sides of cheating, on the other side, leaving on the inside of a prison that I made. Been on both sides of the tracks. I've left and I've come back and tried to mend fences along the way. And I've lost some innocence, but I ask for forgiveness. And I believe in Jesus. I hope he believes in me. I've been tested and I've been tried. I told the truth to cover lies, and I had to live with myself. I turned to the bottom, and I've gone full throttle down a road leading straight to hell. Sometimes I forget to pray, or maybe I'm too ashamed. But I believe in Jesus. I hope he believes in me. I'm just searching for a place I ain't hurting, and it ain't in my heart or my head. For this stranger lying next to me, or this book I've been trying to read, at least not the parts that I've read. But I ain't giving up. I might be tired, but I'm tough, and I believe in Jesus. I hope he believes in me. Yeah, I believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus. I hope he believes in me. Thank you. Whew. Now, this next song, y'all are going to be like, well, you know, she needs Jesus because this is ridiculous. Um, so, this song is, I kept going back and forth on what to do. And that's crazy. So, I hadn't talked to Holly in a while about personal things. And she came out to my show. I had a show, and she came out, and I looked out in the crowd, and I was just getting ready to sing this song. And I looked out, and I saw her, and I was like, oh, shit. I didn't tell her about this. It was kind of a big deal. So, damn it. So I had decided that that I didn't believe in monogamy. And that I was going to participate in ethical non-monogamy. There, I said it. And I wrote a song about it that's totally inappropriate. But I hadn't talked to Mama about it. And then I saw her, and I literally was sitting there, and the whole band is there. And I'm like going like this, and I just hung there. Everybody's looking at me like, shit, she forgot the words, and like, what's going on? And all I'm thinking is like, should I just like fall down and pretend like I have a seizure? Should I act like I broke a string? Like, what do I do? And then finally I just sang it. And she wasn't even mad. She made Coley go to slaw meeting to make sure he was all right. But I got to go to Ross, dress for less, and I didn't get in any trouble. So this is a win-win. Anyway, this is the song that caused all that commotion. It's called My Baby He Ain't Shady. It's ridiculous. My lover. No. Keep going. You got it. You're right. My lover beds another, and that don't bother me none, because my lover loves no other, and in his heart I'm the only one. My baby, he ain't shady, no, it's all in the light, and he'll tell me all about it when he gets home tonight. That's right. My lover don't make me wonder if something new is turning his head. In fact, last summer, my lover brought another home to our bed. My baby, he ain't shady, no, it's all in the light, and he'll tell me all about it when he gets home tonight. That's right. My lover has discovered so many secrets that he holds so dear. My lover gets under covers and whispers secrets in my ear. My baby, he ain't shady, no, it's all in the light. My baby, he ain't shady, no, it's all in the light. Well, that's right. It ended about the way it should. All right. I like that I can sing that song and everybody in the crowd's just like, yeah, that. So we have one more. And so Heather, I guess we'll do it right after that. They're passing out ice cream. Heather's going to explain why. Don't just dig into your ice cream. We're going to do ice cream toast. And this is the last song, y'all. B flat, yeah. Right? So y'all, when Mama got sick, we were talking on the phone, and she was struggling with finding hope, or if she had hope, she felt silly for having it, she said. And so this is a song that kind of like bookends. I wrote her a song that was directly for her right when she first started sponsoring me, and then this last song was just written right when she was sick, and it's called Holly's Hope. But the song is about we're singing To Hope. This is a song To Hope. And thank y'all so much. I don't think I could have got through this without looking out there and seeing my family and all your love. So Holly's Hope. I'm sure you're in the last place I left you. I just can't recall the time or place. And this month has been a haze. I walk from room to room, and I hope find hope soon. Hope, did I misplace you? Are you in a drawer with my keys? Or maybe you're beneath this pile of letters that I just can't bring myself to read. Without you right beside me, I walk from room to room, and I hope to find you soon. 'Cause without you, where does that leave me? I wish, I prayed, I dreamed, but without you, it's hard to be strong. Oh, I hope you're not gone too long. Love is here beside me, and beside me is where he stays. But fear just had a party, and the noise kept me up so late, arguing about facts and faith. I walk from room to room, and I hope I find you soon. 'Cause without you, where does that leave me? I wish, I prayed, I dreamed, but without you, it's hard to be strong. Oh, I hope you're not gone too long. Hope, you are so clever. You've been hiding here in every breath, every sunrise, and every tear cry, teaching me another lesson, I guess, Just because you're lost, it don't mean you left. You're in every room, and I hope, find you soon. Yeah, I hope, yeah, I hope, I find you soon. Thank you. All right, you guys will listen. Now, see, Martin's already eating his ice cream.
Yeah. You jonesing for that ice cream, aren't you? Wow. All right, so here's what the ice cream is about. At night, Holly would get up in the middle of the night and get her vanilla ice cream every night, pretty much. Is that right, Chuck? Pretty much every night? Every night. I don't know how many times she said, yeah, you can stop at the store, pick me up some ice cream and some creamer. And I'd get there and Chuck would have just gotten back with the ice cream and the creamer. So there was always plenty of supply. So that is the reason for the ice cream. And now for the toast part. You've heard a lot of people share about the love that came from Holly. And one of the special things was Holly knew not just how to love her babies, where we were at in our life and our process and our journey. She did that with everybody, even with strangers. She knew how to connect, ask questions, and get to know them and love them where they were. Which is something special for somebody to be able to do that. And I think we've all got to experience that in our own special way. And just a quick story. I had not a crazy person, but this is not a NA meeting, so I'll just say it. I had somebody ask me to sponsor them. I was a little nervous because they were a little crazy. I just put it out there and I said, Holly, I don't think I can do this. And of course she said, God's putting this person in your life because you have something to learn. And I was like, Holly, I don't think I can do this. And she said, Heather, if you don't love them, who will? So that was where I started learning and got the real message about what unconditional love meant. So here's to Holly. All right, what am I supposed to do next? Chad W., where are you? Put that ice cream down or bring it with you, either one. Bring it with you. There you go.
My name's Chad. I'm an addict. I'm going to cry and eat ice cream. Um, so today, because I'm an addict in Narcotics Anonymous, I get to be a lot more than that. And one of the things I am is an artist. And when I first started coming around the rooms, I met Chuck and Holly and Mike B. And they all kind of took me under their wing. And I remember the first time I went to Chuck and Holly's house, I'd never met people so nice that had a classy house. I had met people that had a classy house, but were not that nice. And if you knew Holly, you knew that she had impeccable taste. And to have Holly like a piece of my art was the ultimate validation. And Mike bought a house probably when I had 2 or 3 years clean, something like that. And he wanted to commission a piece of art to be built for his house from me. And he said, I don't know what I want. Ask Holly. I was very excited to make a custom piece of art, but I did not know what I was getting into. Because after about 4 different pieces of art and 16 different revisions and 2 months or more of going back and forth and trying to come up with a piece of artwork that would match the chairs in Brody Waite's dining room, I finally got to the point where I was making some test prints, and I kept bringing them to her, and she was like, no, the color's not just quite right. And I'm like, look, trust me, when I put the epoxy on, it's going to be perfect. So I finally took one of the test prints, poured epoxy on it, and sure enough, the color was right. We decided to go ahead and build the piece. And I got to go and hang that in Brody Waite's house with Holly, and it's still to this day the largest piece of custom art that I've ever built, and I love that piece. And the story behind that piece of art, it was called Ebb and Flow, and it comes from the things that I learned here in the program, that all of this comes in waves. There is an ebb and a flow to this life, and if you see the piece, it's a wave in one direction going down, and it's a wave in the other direction going by, because we never know where the wave's going to come from. At the end of Holly's life, I had posted a picture that I put online, and Chuck immediately texted me and said, I want it, bring it over. And we hung it in Holly's room, and it was what she got to look at when she was in bed in those final days. And that piece I had done a while back, and it was entitled Crazy Calm. And it was a piece that I did about having all the feelings inside of you, but still remaining calm. And it's something that, it's a dignity that I've watched other people do in this program. It's a security that comes from knowing that we're not alone. And I'm just honored that, Chuck, that you hung that for Holly in her room. I love you guys so much. There was another thing that I learned from Holly, and I don't remember where I heard her say it, but she said, it's okay to be in a rut. It's not okay to move in and decorate.
I just,
I'm Chuck Amatic. First, thank y'all for coming. She would be proud of. She would be proud of this. You know, this is happening because during COVID, we were allowed 50 people at her funeral. And so there was 8 in my family and 42 addicts. It was really difficult to try to figure who could, who couldn't, because the number of people that she touched, not just in the 34 years she was clean, but in the 62 years that she was alive, if she touched you, she touched you. And so I was like, so we'll have to do something. We'll have to do this celebration for her. And it was a ways off, right? So it wasn't going to come. And for those of you who don't know, it was on November 10th when we went to her doctor and they took an x-ray and her whole lung was filled with fluid. And me being me, who doesn't like to not know what the fuck is going on, I have some medical friends and they told me exactly what was going on. And so before she knew, I knew kind of what this outcome was. It was fast. It was 72 days. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was 100 every day. You know, the blessing, because when she knew what was going on, she could not deal with it. If you were around, you know, and you heard the angst and the fear and the doubt and the insecurity and the terror that she had. And it was about that time when we started making sure that we had our family, right? This is our family. This is what we grew up in recovery knowing that we would always do, which is we would always reach out to the people who knew who we are, knew what we thought, felt the way we feel, right? To guide us through this situation. Like that was the only way it was going to be. And so it was a terrible process. It was an ugly process. It was not pleasant. There were people who got to have those experiences. You know, I wish, you know, my last good moment with Holly was, and here's the thing, I took care of Holly, right? That was my job, right? That was the job from day one. In about 1997, that was my job. When we first met and we started going out, I woke her up every fucking day and I brought her coffee, right? That was my job. And I accepted my role with her with open arms, you know, and so taking care of her is just what I learned how to do. That's how our relationship was. You know, she took care of me in ways and I made sure she was fed and watered. You know, I made sure that she did things that she wouldn't do because she was afraid of spending money or she was afraid of hell, I made her jump out of a fucking plane. And while she was jumping out of the plane, she wouldn't let go. Literally, Chuck was there. She just hung on. And then she hung on with one arm and they said, let go. And she's like, no, I'm not letting go. About 10 years later, we had that rotator cuff fixed. It was my job and it was my honor as her husband to give her the life that she wanted, to live that life with her, to experience, you know, to experience a relationship. You know, we had a simple rule: 2 + 2 = 4, and that's an absolute, and it will always be that way. And for us, it was, I love you and you love me, and we will love each other and we will figure it out. We will do it always. We will not deviate from that. If something goes south, there's going to be a conversation. Generally, it was always about me. But she was patient and tolerant and accepting. She knew that if I was willing to do the work, she was willing to stay, you know. And so when this process started, most of the people around us didn't want to believe what was going on. I didn't have that luxury because I was the one who had to take care of her. I had to be there for her. I was the only one that was going to be able to give her the care and the love to walk her through this fucking horrible situation that came up. And so now we're on the backside, and now I have to walk through the mud in the molasses of grief. And grief is a motherfucker. I don't like it. I don't like it. John Paul has been by my side the whole time because John Paul lost his wife. I was blessed to have people in my corner to help support me while taking care of her. And that was because I was taught that we take care of our own. Like, if you're in a 12-step fellowship and you're not being taken care of, you're not opening your fucking mouth. If you don't tell us you need taken care of, we can't take care of you. We are shitty mind readers because all we do is think about ourselves. So how motherfucker am I going to think about you when I'm thinking about me? So if I don't tell you I need some fucking help, I'm not going to get the help. And so in this process, people were by our side the entire way. Like I said, I wanted to have this because of how limited it was, because she needs to be celebrated. She's left a legacy in our fellowship. Our fellowship has not had a legacy like this leave, right? Our fellowship has not had, it's not had a woman strong enough to stay the entire time and teach other women how to be women in recovery. And she did that. And I'm grateful for that because that lets me know that this thing is still working. In the middle of a fucking pandemic, in the middle of someone dying from lung cancer, people came together, right? People surrounded themselves with each other to help each other through a horrible fucking situation. You know, there's not been many, you know, it's every day. It's just every day. Think about it every day. Doesn't go away, you know. If you're on any meeting and you start talking about Holly, I'm going to share and cry because that's just the way it is. And you know, I don't like that right now. I don't like having to be the guy who's going through the grief and share it openly in a meeting, because let me tell you, it fucking will take a meeting down in a heartbeat, about as much as a dead dog meeting. And if you don't know what that is, you haven't been around a long time. But dead dog meetings suck. Holly would say that. Oh, it's a fucking dead dog meeting. You know, I'm looking at the photos, and I've been through photos, and it's just, if I could do a tenth of what she's done in her recovery for this fellowship, it would be nice if I could do that. I don't know that I can. I can tell you the thing about her passing is one of the things it's done is it's the one thing that she always wanted me to do, which is show my feelings. Because I've been pretty good at not showing my feelings and telling you what the fuck's going on, right? Now it's like I have my feelings, and that's kind of a gift she gave me. Is now like I'm a little softer. I'm a little more, I pay attention a little more. I feel a little more deep. I'm not afraid of crying. I'll never apologize for crying. If you apologize for crying, you should not. Most of us didn't know how to cry. The one thing with Holly was she was Holly had to be medically assisted with antidepressants. When she wasn't, it was not fun. The unfortunate consequence is she wouldn't cry much. So I would feel at times, and she would feel at times that she couldn't express it. in this last part, in the couple of weeks before, she was able to cry. She experienced, she experienced the raw emotion of knowing that she wasn't going to be here. Um, There'll be none like her. She was her own woman. She left her mark. That mark will stay. Her stories will get passed on. I was blessed to love Holly Pates. I was blessed to have her as my wife. I was blessed to, when people are sharing, it's like, you got her part-time and I had her full-time. I had the inside view of it all. And you know what? I wouldn't change any of it. I wouldn't change any of it. If you haven't loved as deeply as she and I were able to love, I hope you can find that. It takes a little bit of surrender and a whole lot of fucking work. I'd like to thank the people that, kind of had guided me through this whole process. My sponsor, I put him through some stuff that he stepped up and is truly a man that I admire. When hospice came in, and it was quick. I called him on a Friday and they came on a Saturday, and she was gone that next Friday. But on Wednesday, they came in and said it was going to be hours. And Craig said he was going to come by, and he pulled up, and I said, let's go, because we got to go by a funeral. And then I said, I need you to do a funeral. Not an easy thing to do, and now he's done a couple of them. So once again, I still apologize for that. But you know what? You have a gift of communicating love and compassion in a way that people can hear and feel and experience the life that is past. For that, I'm forever grateful. Everybody that's come to my house, so like she passed on a Friday, and we had a meeting in my house that night. We've had a meeting in my house every Friday, even when I wasn't there, right? In the midst of all this, I decided to have appendicitis and, sit in the hospital for 4 days and slow down. So, I don't know. Holly and I both never were one to not be able to speak. Impromptu. We both knew how to do it really well. And we both knew how to do that and carry the message of Narcotics Anonymous. She taught me so much about our fellowship and so much about unconditional love and so much about being a part of this thing called recovery. And I have grown tremendously as a result of being able to experience my recovery with her. I'm getting ready to celebrate 34 years in about 2 weeks. And I asked Mitzi if she would give me Holly's medallion. It's kind of the last thing that I can get from her in recovery. Something that I can hold on to, something that's tangible, something that she worked for, something that I know she would want me to have. That's what we do in these rooms. We do the most uncomfortable things with each other, and we ask for people to give us what it is we need. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to continue doing in honor of her. is keep asking for what I need. And thank you guys for coming. Thank you for, this is not an easy thing to do, okay? This is not an easy event. But thank you for celebrating her life with me. That's it. Thanks.
So, Chuck, 10 minutes. I don't think I could kill that much time. I definitely don't tell jokes. We'll take a little break here in a second. Chuck, one of the things that, as we were putting this together, that we wanted to do was honor you. I've been through this with another friend, and that family did not open their house. We couldn't be there as our friend passed away. And this program and the way you and Holly lived your lives, you opened your home, you let us come through there during a fucking pandemic in the year 2020, which is probably one of the go down as the worst year ever. And we honor you and we thank you for that and giving us time that we needed with Holly to heal as well. So thank you. Since they need 10 minutes, would you guys like to take a break? Maybe kind of dry your eyes a little bit before John comes out here? Just so you know, whenever they come back, you're going to be listening to Holly's Heathens of Hope.
It's all right. Have a good time, 'cause it's all right.
Check 1, 2.
Is all your stuff working? How's your voice level?
Let's rock. I'm good, man. Thank you.
Check.
Back here in Igloo Zone, man. Cold back here. Thank you so much. Yeah. Everybody got lists and shit? Yeah. One more. Thank you, mate. Right. I'll be water. Danny, A or A flat on your first one? First one? Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, we'll put that up there.
John, I think you put it down there for one of y'all.
Danny. Danny. Okay. Okay.
Hey, he said A. A.
Sunshine, sunshine.
Hey, Ben. Well,
Hey, y'all, we're gonna get started here. Will somebody run out there and yell at those people to come in?
We're the Herding Cats Band.
we are Holly's Heathens of Hope.
Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun. I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. Little darling, the smiles return into their faces. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. The Heathens victorious, just like we rehearsed it.
Let's get happy, Mabel. This is my wife, Mabel. She's gonna play and sing for you.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When Jesus
Oh,
was.
when he was.
When he was.
Oh, when he was.
When Jesus was.
When he
He
was.
washed my sins away. Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When Jesus was.
When he was.
When he
Oh,
was.
when he was.
When Jesus was.
Yes, when he
He
was.
washed my sins away. Oh, happy. He taught me how. He taught me how to watch, fight, and pray.
To walk.
Fight and pray.
Fight and pray.
Fight and pray. And rejoicing every day. And in rejoicing every day. Yeah. Every day. Every day. Oh, happy day. Happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Stay right there. Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When Jesus
Oh,
was.
when he was.
When Jesus was.
Oh, when he was.
When Jesus was.
Oh, when he
He
was.
washed my sins away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy.
Stay right there. Stay right there.
Oh, happy day.
Stay right there. Oh, happy day. When I get to heaven,
Oh, happy day.
I'm going to spread the news.
Oh, happy day.
Nobody
Oh, happy
is
day.
gonna turn me out.
Oh, happy day.
It was a happy day.
Oh, happy day.
It was a happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day. Come on, Danny. Come on, Danny. Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When Jesus
Oh,
was.
when he was.
When Jesus was.
When Jesus was.
When Jesus was.
Yes, he was.
He washed my sins away.
Oh, happy day.
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 Oh, happiness.
All these songs we're doing today were requested by Holly. So here we go. Mabel's going to sing You Are So Beautiful to Me.
You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. Love, joy, and happiness you bring. Love, joy, and happiness you bring. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for, and everything I need. You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful to me.
Thank you, Mabel.
I taught her how to sing like that.
Yeah, right.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. And when it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? Oh, my girl, talking about my girl, I've got money, the bees into me. And I've got a sweeter song, baby, than any bird in the trees. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl, my girl. Ooh. Here we go. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. I don't need no money, fortune or fame. You see, I've got all the riches, baby, than any man or a king. Well, I guess you say, what could make me feel this way? Oh, my girl, talking about my girl, talking about my girl. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day, my girl. I've even got the month of May. My girl. Well, my girl, my girl, my girl, my girl. Here we go. Thank you. All right. Now we have a Beatles song for you. I'm a little. Okay, I want to tell one funny story on Holly. So she and I both came in about 84, and I didn't stay. She came back, I think, in 86. I came back in 87, and we used to meet on Sunday afternoons at Christ the King Church over on Belmont. And I guess I was there about 2 years, which means she might have been there about 3 years at this point. And she came in the meeting before at one afternoon. The meetings were in the afternoons on Sundays, and we did the readings. And in Holly's inimitable Hopkinsville, Madison, Kentucky voice, she stood up in front of everybody and she said, "Now look, y'all. There's a lot of 13 stepping going around here. And that shit ain't right.
Shit ain't right. It ain't right.
And I ain't having it." And that was it. Thank you, Holly. I don't know if she meant just the guys. I don't know.
Wasn't just a guy.
You remember that, don't you, Chuck? Chuck said it didn't stop a damn thing. I don't know what you're talking about. The long and winding road that leads to your door will never disappear. Seen that road before. It always leads me here, leads me to your door. The wild and windy night that the rain washed away has left up full of tears, crying for the day. Why leave me standing here? Let me know the way. Many times I've been alone, and many times I've cried. Many ways you'll never know, the many ways I've tried, but still they lead me back to the long, winding road. You left me waiting here a long, long time ago. You left me standing here, lead me to your door. But still they lead me back to the long, winding road. You left me waiting here a long, long time ago. Don't leave me standing here, lead me to your door. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. train. Green Onions.
Everybody skate.
Did we pass the audition? We're doing Tulsa time. Come on, Mitzi.
I left Oklahoma, riding in a party, just about to lose my mind. I was going to Arizona, maybe on to California, where people all live so fine. My baby said it's crazy, my mama called me lazy, but it's gonna show them all this time. Cause you know I ain't a fool and I don't need no more schooling, gonna just walk the line. Living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Back to it, cause you know me, I've been through it, but living on Tulsa time. Baby! Well, there I was in Hollywood, wishing I was doing good and talking on the telephone line. They don't need me in the movies, and nobody sing the songs, and my mama said my baby's doing fine. Well, first I got to drinking, and then I started drinking, and I really had a flash this time. Hey! And I had no business leaving, and nobody would be dreaming of a world back to Tulsa time. Well, living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. I'm gonna set my watch back to it, cause you know me, I've been through it, cause living on Tulsa time. the time. Danny!
That's what I am talking about. Ready to cross over.
Huh?
Ready to cross
Are you? Okay. You want to tell them about this?
This is a song that Danny and I wrote. It's just the two of us are going to play this. And I sent this to Chuck somewhere before the memorial service, not this memorial service, but the funeral. And they actually played it that day, but we're going to do it for you. And I wrote this song for my father's best friend. His son was my best friend, and all three of them now are gone. And it's a beautiful song. It's called I'm Ready to Cross Over. I thought that I had all the time in the world, but somehow it all flew by. Now I've got to get my house in order before I say goodbye. My days are numbered, my time is at hand. Lord knows how hard I tried. I'm getting ready to cross over to the other side. There'll be someone waiting for me with arms open wide. A guardian angel leading me up high. No more sorrow, suffering or pain, not another tear to cry. Bring this body up from the earth, Lord, give me wings to fly. Well, please don't you cry just because I'm leaving, 'cause we'll meet again someday. The soul never dies and love lives on forever. It will not fade away. There'll be someone waiting for me with arms open wide. A guardian angel leading me up high. No more sorrow, suffering or pain, not another tear to cry. Free this body from this old earth, Give me wings to fly. Please don't you cry just because I'm leaving. We'll meet again someday. The soul never dies, and love lives on forever. It will not fade away. It will not fade away. That's for you, Chuck. It's for everybody. All right. Let's make some sense out of the senseless. I was on bourbon. Hey, Rick, I was wondering if you'd come up and play bass on the next song. I have a chart right in front of me. I'm serious. You know the song. It's just in the key of E. We're doing I Was on Bourbon. Yeah.
So, hey, listen now. This is a song that I wrote called I Was a Burden Till the Lord Laid His Hands on Me.
Amen, bro.
It's true. And I got it recorded by the Blind Boys of Alabama, and I was famous in my head for 6-7 weeks there. Sunglasses at night, the whole thing. I played it at the Bluebird one time. I was a burden till the Lord laid his hands on me. And the next day I got an email from somebody I don't even know. Said, I really like that song. I was on bourbon till the Lord laid his hands on me. And it didn't change the meaning of the song at all. So if you want to join in and sing the wrong words, please do. I was a burden. I was a burden, yeah. I was a burden till the Lord laid his hands on me. I was a burden to my mother, unto my father, my sister and brother, yeah. Hey, I was on dope, whiskey and wine. I'd given up hope, losing my mind. I was a burden, yeah, till the Lord laid his hands on me. And I heard him say, heal yourself. It's what you should do. Forgive yourself the way I forgive you. Open your eyes, it'll be all right. You can see so much clearer standing in the light. I was a burden, yeah, yeah, till the Lord laid his hands on me. Baby!
listen. Now, if you are weary, if you are hurting, come on and go with me. One thing for certain, yeah. People, he'll lift you up, set you free. He'll do for you what he's done for me. Hey, I was a burden till the Lord laid his hands on me. And I heard him say, heal yourself. It's what you should do. Forgive yourself the way I forgive you. Open your eyes, it'll be all right. You can see so much clearer when you're standing in the light. Yeah, 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 yeah. I was a burden till the Lord laid his hands on me. Oh, yeah, till the Lord laid his hands on me. Well, 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 till the Lord laid his hands on me.
Danny Flowers.
Rick Morrison, y'all.
All right, let's imagine something for a minute, folks. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say
but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Danny. Imagine no possession. Oh, I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Cowan.
Thank
He's
you.
awesome. Rick Morrison on the bass.
Thank Rick.
We haven't done Hallelujah. We're not going to do it. Yeah. Let's see if we can get ready. So hey, look, we got one more song we're going to do. And then we're going to go stand out here and suck up all the praise in the room. That's what John said. I think it's unbelievably appropriate that we're doing a memorial on Memorial Day weekend. I mean, there's that. You know? Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for letting us play. I'm going to do a Curtis Mayfield song for you. Curtis Mayfield is one of my favorite country writers. He's from our country, so he's one of my favorites. People get ready, there's a train coming. Don't need no baggage just to get on board. All you need is faith to hear the Jesus humming. You don't need no chicken, you just thank the Lord. People get ready, there's a train to Jordan, picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the
key, open the doors and board. There's room for all. Lord, Lord. Everybody sing, people get ready. There's a train a-coming. Don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the Jesus humming. You don't need no ticket, you just find the Lord. There ain't no room for the hopeless sinner. Shut all mankind just to save his home. Have pity on those whose chances grow slimmer. There ain't no hiding place from the kingdom's throne. Come on! People get ready. There's a train a-coming. Don't need no baggage, just get on board. All you need is faith. Hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Should people get ready? Train a-coming. Don't need no bag. Just get on board. All you need is faith. Hear the Jesus humming. I said you don't need no ticket. Just thank the Lord. Hey, people get ready. The trains are coming. Don't need no baggage, just to get on board. All you need is faith. Now. Jesus coming. You don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. What? Said you don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord. Everybody sing, you don't need no ticket. You just thank the Lord.
Holly, we love you. Love you, Chuck.
Love you, Chuck.
Love you, Chuck.
Thank you, Mitzi, for helping do this. Thank you, Heather. Mostly thank you guys for being here. God bless.
All right, I got the short mic here. No, man, I like the short one. I'm short. Okay, so to close this out in honor of Holly, we want to share one of her favorite readings, We Do Recover. This is the third paragraph of We Do Recover in the basic text. And as Holly would always request, please refrain from commenting during the reading. If you do comment, Mitzi will be running out to cut you. All right, so we do recover when at the end of the road we find that we can no longer function as a human being, either with or without drugs. We all face the same dilemma. What is there left to do? There seems to be this alternative: either go on as best we can to the bitter ends, jails, institutions, or death, or find a new way to live. In years gone by, very few addicts ever had this last choice. Those who are addicted today are more fortunate. For the first time in man's entire history, a simple way has been proving itself to the lives of many addicts. It is available to us all. This is a simple, spiritual, not religious program known as Narcotics Anonymous. Thank you guys for coming.
I was like almost